I'm Robin.
And I'm Dan.
This is Infernum Explained. Today's going to be a much shorter video, as all we've got to do is tell you about some exciting news specifically about Infernum Comics. We've actually released a comic, and then we wait for the round of applause to happen, and no. If you go to infernumcomics.com and you go into the webcomics page, you'll be able to find Infernum Fears Issue 0, which... Now let's just get this straight off the bat. Disclaimer. I made this comic when 14, maybe, but
A few years ago.
a few, very, very many years ago when you think about it. And it's a simple collection of short horror comics that I made just because I wanted to express myself. And the whole reason I'm posting them is because I both still like the concepts that are in it, so much so that I need to talk about something later, but... And then the art isn't great. The writing isn't great. I'm honest enough to admit that because it was a 14-year-old who wrote them. But I still believe that they're important as they show both my journey as a comic writer, as a comic artist, but also I might as well put them out. What's the point of me hoarding all of them and just not being happy with them? You know? So there. So there's actually a comic out now. It's called Infernum Fears Issue 0, as we do have more to come. Probably not anytime this year, maybe not even the next, but Infernum Fears will be a thing. Now, let me just quickly describe what Infernum Fears is. It's going to be a short horror comic anthology book. Don't know how long it's going to go on for. Maybe 60 years, maybe 1 week. Maybe I won't get past issue 0, but who knows. I'm currently in the process of writing a lot of them, but the main purpose of the comic is to push both story and art within a horror comic. So that's what Infernum Fears is. And you can all derive the name. It's all from the title alone. Infernum Fears, maybe one of the best titles I've ever come up with. It was either that or it was going to be Crypts and Cryptids. And I'm glad I didn't go with that one, because that one sucks. But there you go. So that's what Infernum Fears Issue 0 is. Or that's what Infernum Fears the series is going to be. Now let me describe a couple of things that will be in issue 0. So it's going to be made up of 4 stories: Pain of Mirror, Deep Death, Bottled Guilt, and Anonymous Revenge. All titles I'm actually quite happy with, which is surprising because a little teenager made all of these. You know? So, Pain of Mirror, story about guilt, a boy going on a journey of self-reflection while literally being face to face with maybe demons, maybe a nightmare creature, maybe this, but most importantly, he stares into a mirror a lot, and so does a lot of people. What does that mean? Go to infernumcomics.com. That's not how I'm going to end all of these, by the way. Not all of the descriptions is going to end in a plug, or maybe they do. It's improv.
Go on, just do it.
And this was very much inspired by this story, inspired by Junji Ito. And Dan, you don't know who that is at all, but maybe so much as well. And then there's Deep Death. Yet again, guilt, but this one is actually I believe, recalling it as I haven't worked on these in a while, but I believe it's completely speechless. Not a speech bubble in sight, but I still think you can, reading it, convey. I think I conveyed enough the emotion and what it means. So hopefully you'll enjoy it. Then there's Bottled Guilt. Yet again, I don't know what happened to me at 14, but apparently I was very guilt-ridden. Because that's what all 3 of these first stories deal with. Maybe that's the theme of the book. Who knows? Bottled Guilt, dealing with after a death of a loved one, a monster appears in a woman's house. That simple. And then Anonymous Revenge, it's a POV action comic. And that's pretty much it. So, yeah, they were all written and illustrated by me. Yet again, very young me. So, if you go on the website, you'll see disclaimers everywhere, as I want you to know that it's not my best work. I have obviously improved. And if you want to see how much I've improved, go to infernumcomics.com and then check out Hero of an Unsound Mind, which is our webcomic that updates every 2 weeks. There's more on the website about the schedule, and it's going to be, I believe, currently about 60 pages. Don't hold me accountable, as a month ago it was going to be 10 issues. So I've clearly lowered that number ever so slightly. But there you go. So yep, that's issue 0 is now available on our website. I'll probably post some of it to our Instagram as well. So go out, enjoy it. I'd love to get critiques as well, but maybe you don't need to give your critiques, as I am currently working on almost a sequel story, as one of the issues, maybe issue 1 of Infernum Fears, will be Pain of Mirror revamped, where I combine all of the ideas I had, all the stories I liked, with actual, what I believe to be good artwork, good writing, to just show how I've improved, and that every story can be worked on and edited and made into something actually worth your while. So make sure to go to infernumcomics.com, and we have plenty of other socials. Dan, take it away.
Go on. We have Instagram, we have a TikTok, we have a Twitter. It's all under the same name, Infernum Comics. Nothing difficult.
Yeah, I'm so glad I changed that. It used to be, the Instagram used to be the only different one, Infernum_comics. Now everything's Infernum Comics. You can literally go into the description below, and there'll be 100 links, as well as the link to the comic, and maybe even the webcomic is down there. So please go enjoy the comics, and thank you for listening.